Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, we're back. Last week, I put out a video on TikTok. What's going on? They're talking to the CEO. And today, we're gonna go a little bit deeper because it turns out it's not just the TikTok ban, it is something called the Restrict Act. We're gonna go into it a little bit. We're gonna watch these TikToks and we're gonna talk about it, give a take on it, and learn what it seems Tucker Carlson has to say about TikTok, which is what structures all of my beliefs and opinions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to fucking rumble. It's not a ban on TikTok. This is from Nicoya is writing to her congressman plus senator, which is something cool you can do. It's not a ban on TikTok. It's called the Restrict Act because it's going to do, oh, sorry, this person's yelling. It's not a ban on TikTok. It's called the Restrict Act because it's gonna do just that. They can access anything within your home that is connected to the internet without your consent. They can fine and charge you for using VPNs. They are targeting you, not big tech. Thank you, Nicoya. Okay, it's the Restrict Act. Let's see what happens. Here's a few videos and a link to more deep breakdown video without opinion stated. I do want to say before we get started that the idea that most of our news, our education on like hot cultural topics is coming from like TikToks being curated by a random person on Twitter. It just feels like there's a better repository for information, or maybe we should just ask our news organizations to do better. I don't want this to be the way I learn about it, but that's how it goes.
This is Bill S686, also known as the Restrict Bill. You'll probably know it as the TikTok ban bill, but it does so much more than just that. It actually does more than any bill I think we've ever seen. I encourage everyone to read it by going here.
Wait.
It actually does more than any bill I think we've ever seen.
Yo, that is an absolutely scorching opening. I'm sorry, S686, the TikTok bill, does more than any other bill we've seen? The Emancipation Proclamation? There's a lot of things we've done here.
I encourage everyone to read it.
You know what? Maybe he's actually going to educate me.
And click in the text tab, but here are the main takeaways. Foreign adversaries can change by definition, but a few are already listed. They are the People's Republic of China, including Hong Kong, Special Administration Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and of course, the Russian Federation and Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but these definitions can change at any time. The bill covers hardware technology like modems, routers, and home cameras, and virtual tech like VPNs, and basically bans them if they are manufactured by or used to contact and deal with foreign adversaries. Speaking of VPNs,
Interesting. Sorry, let me just one more time hear what he said to make sure I intuit and understand it.
And virtual tech like VPNs, and basically bans them if they are manufactured by or used to contact and deal with foreign adversaries.
Does that mean if I like text a Russian guy on Kik? I guess I'm trying to understand what contacting foreign adversaries
Speaking of VPN, the penalty, it's a minimum imprisonment of 20 years and a minimum fine of $250,000 or $1 million, depending if you knowingly did so to access banned content. The bill gives...
What is banned... I'm really trying to read this behind him. What is banned content?
The bill gives the federal government the power to monitor any activity used by these suspected devices, virtual or otherwise. Essentially, they can monitor what you are doing at home 24/7 without even informing you. This includes things such as routers, video games, streaming apps, smart thermostats, Ring cameras.
To better understand, like, maybe the most extreme of this, wouldn't that mean, and maybe I'm being a little conspiratorial here, that the US would want every piece of technology in America to be made by a foreign adversary, a flexible list that changes, so that they can enact this protocol and look at anything? It feels like they're not banning it. Or maybe they're only doing that because they know most of the
Now, the real terrifying part of all
psycho.
of this. So in summary, this bill can effectively ban anything the government deems inappropriate extremely quickly without warning.
Does it have to be on a device that was made by a foreign adversary or on a device that was used to contact and or work with a foreign adversary?
Really is that bad, and I am not
Oh, he's gone. He's not speaking in hyperbole. Well, let's see what the person next to him on this said.
I'm an idiot.
Me at the beginning of every YouTube video.
I'm an idiot. I'm kind of an idiot. You're kind of an idiot. We were all kind of idiots on here because we thought that when they announced the TikTok ban, it was because of Mark Zuckerberg's lobbying. And now I realize it wasn't about that. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg did a lot of lobbying, and I think that's a reason for some of the clauses in the Restrict Act. But in reality, this was not about banning TikTok. Calling this a TikTok ban was brilliant political theater on our government's part. They so wanted everybody to see this.
I find it hard to believe that it's brilliant theater when it is seen through so quickly and by so many that every random Joe is making a video on it. You know what I mean? Does this not seem slightly too widespread to be like a devious political plot? No one will see through this, right? Besides every single person with a handheld microphone and a TikTok account. That's what feels weird to me.
Because they've been trying to restrict and control privacy on the internet for a very long time. They did this many years ago in Obama's era with SOPA. And with SOPA, it didn't work because everybody band together on the internet. Reddit, YouTube, there were multiple online protests fighting that bill. But have you seen what people are saying about the Restrict Act on Reddit? Almost nothing.
I think one thing that I do want to call out is you should be very careful about trying to understand like political or cultural sentiment on Reddit for a few reasons. One, because like the user base of Reddit is like 25 to 35-year-old white men, almost exclusively, with a slant towards like being liberal until lately. And two, it's so unbelievably easy to astroturf Reddit with bots. There is a remarkable amount of fake content on Reddit, and I could very easily like make a thread, gas it up with bots, upvote it, and get it somewhere. And you would think, man, people really hate this fucking Ludwig character. He must have done something bad, when really it was just me the whole time.
People are like, I don't care if TikTok gets banned. I hate TikTok. That's Reddit's mentality now. In reality, this
also,
bill
who
is
hates
going.
TikTok? I feel like it's a platform. You know what I mean?
It would change free speech forever. And they have us all just talking about the TikTok ban bill. So don't. Stop calling it that. Don't call it that to your friends and family. We need to start talking about this as an internet privacy bill.
Fair.
We need to be telling people this is the Patriot Act on steroids. We have to flip
I
this
like the
narrative
cut
now
right before
still.
Patriot Act on steroids.
We need to be
because she's like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to call this shit. Let me get in there. Let me get in there real good.
telling people this is the Patriot Act on steroids. We have to flip this narrative now while we still have some control over it.
Yeah, I forgot we have Bush please in this chat. Every time they say Patriot Act chat, we have to Bush please.
So it appears the Restrict Act would give our government the power to ban any application that we use that has more than 1 million people gathering.
I am just so confused. This stuff doesn't happen, or this stuff seldom happens organically, right? Usually when there's just a diverse group of people making comments about this, it's funded by like fucking Hobby Lobby or something. And it turns out they gave George Soros is fucking slipping a 20 in everyone's pocket, so they'll come out and say this. I don't know why this middle-aged white woman with heavy Facetune in a robe is talking about the Restrict Act. Doesn't this just feel weird to me?
This would essentially obliterate our ability to congregate elsewhere and do what we're doing here. Our government's not a democracy, it's an oligarchy. It does not serve us, it serves the 1%. And yes, the 1% are more riddled with right-wing Christian...
Hey, Congress, worry about, is that Christian nationalism? Christian? The gun epidemic, the poison in our food. This is such BS. I just realized that her name is the leftist witchy nurse. This feels like a character that like J.K. Rowling would invent. You know, leftist witchy nurse. This is like a psyop right now. It's me with a fucking filter on.
Nationalists, but there are Dems that are a part of it. Corrupt, established Dems that need to go. I'm not suggesting apathy. I'm suggesting we burn it all down.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Suggesting apathy. I'm suggesting we burn it all down.
Is she trying to fucking cause an insurrection? The leftist witchy nurse? That's what the Dems had to say. Let's see what the right had to say about old TikTok. Hey, Tucker, how you doing,
TikTok
bud?
is bad. Sure.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be the worst part of my day.
So one of the bills that would ban TikTok is being pushed, as we said, by senators in both parties. It's called the Restrict Act. This isn't about banning TikTok. Instead, this bill would give enormous and terrifying new powers to the federal government. The bill would regulate, quote, certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign adversaries. And the mitigation measures include, but are not limited to, throwing American citizens in prison for 20 years. This is not an effort to push back against China. It's part of a strategy to make America much more like China, with the government in charge of what you read and see, and with terrifying punitive powers at their fingertips.
And I can tell you that Congress has not received a classified briefing around the allegations of national security risks regarding TikTok. So why would we be proposing a ban regarding such a significant issue without being clued in on this at all?
This is like a dream team. AOC and Tucker Carlson teaming up to save TikTok? What? What is going on right now? That's crazy.
The question that she raises is real, and we want to be honest enough to say that. This bill isn't really about banning TikTok. It's never about what they say it is. This is about introducing...
It's never about what they say it is? Wild. That's weird that Tucker Carlson used an AOC clip and said, like, when she's right, brother. The worst person you know made a good point. Yeah, true. I've been not making fun of them, but I've been talking about how weird it is to see like such a diverse group of people talking about this, like we're about to get the wool pulled over our eyes. But it seems like most of their feedback is real, right? You can read the bill itself and see that like, oh, there's some things in here that maybe make me uncomfortable. The fact that foreign adversaries list can be changed at any time. I might not know who our foreign adversaries are. And by interacting with someone who is a foreign adversary, it gives them the right to do all these things. That just seems a bit overreaching, even for a big government bitch like me.
Power to stop this TikTok ban, and it's super simple, and I'm going to show
Is this
you
the
how
same
to
as
do
the
it
first guy?
step by step. Then type in, who is my congressman and senator? The and senator part is key.
If you know your congressman and senator, you can skip this step, chat.
Next, you're going to have the option to enter your address or zip code. I recommend doing your address. It'll give you...
Dude, it would be so unbelievably easy to make one of these right now. And it's like, and then you're going to put your social security number in here to verify that you are a constituent in their district. And then we just need your mother's maiden name and we can stop China. It's so easy. I don't know. I would be very worried about doing anything that these people tell me on the internet.
Scroll all the way down, and it's going to show you who your senators and congressmen are. Now, here's what you're going to say to them. First, you're going to be super nice, and I mean like customer service level nice. You are going to tell them, hey, my name is...
You look great today. I love the suit and especially the shoes. I wish I had an outfit that nice.
And I want you to know, if you choose to vote to ban TikTok, I will spend the next primary actively campaigning for your opponent.
This is so funny to watch when we look at the French literally like rioting in the streets, breaking windows. Their garbage people haven't worked for a month and stacking up in the streets. And in America, it's like, you're going to go up to them and you're going to tell them, pretty please, Mr. Senator, please don't ban TikTok. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Man, this guy feels AI generated. Am I crazy? White guy, regular hair, ring light, denim jacket. This feels like what, if you put like American person holding a microphone, this is what AI would spit out. Seeing this on TikTok still feels like propaganda for TikTok. It does. Everything feels weird about it. But I also understand, like, you have to judge them by the merits of the things they are saying and not the platforms in which they are speaking them from, right? We should be able to, like, extract the details and not just say, like, Tucker Carlson bad, so I'm not even going to think about this. Some of you may not be old enough, some of you may not be American enough, but the Patriot Act was a bill signed that gave, like, extreme government overreach into our personal lives in as like a veneer of public security against terrorism. It's something that was signed by Bush. It's something that was extended and expanded by Obama. And it's something that generally Americans say wasn't a good choice, didn't keep us safer, and just allowed more government in our business. This seems like an almost, I don't want to say worse, but one that has the potential to be even more overreaching than that, which is a bit bonkers when you think about it, right? Because it took a terrorist attack on the level of 9/11 to get like Patriot Act basically greenlit, rubber stamped through Congress. And this is just like, China bad, am I right? And then we're all out here like passing this bill, which is kind of interesting. TikTok has been smart that considering many people's hate for big business is being defended left, right, and center. Yeah, it's funny because on one hand we have like, I fucking hate China. And on the other hand, we have, I fucking hate America. And then on the other hand, we have, I fucking hate capitalism, right? And so we're sitting there in like a bit of a Mexican standoff going like, who do we side with here? And for some reason, Tucker Carlson and AOC are both in one corner pointing at fucking big business. It's weird, man.